Hello and welcome to the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. This is Maritime TV coverage, live webcast. Today we're going to be hearing from our commencement keynote, the Honorable Pete Buttigieg, who's U.S. Secretary of Transportation, the Honorable Ann C. Phillips, Rear Admiral, Maritime Administrator, General Jacqueline D. Van Ovos, Commander of the U.S. Transportation Command and Distinguished Graduation Speaker, and Admiral Jack Bono, the Superintendent of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. Just a few notes before we begin. We want to thank our sponsors, the American Maritime Officers, the Council of American Master Mariners, Marine Engineers Beneficial Association, Masters Mates and Pilots, or MM&P, and Patriot Contract Services. By the numbers, the class of 2022 originally admitted 280 people in 2018. Graduating class size today is 224, 100 deck, and 124 engine. Men 172, 52 women, minority representation 82. And after graduation, 149 will be in the U.S. Merchant Marine. Going active duty will be 74, consisting of Army 5, Navy 38, Air Force 9, Marine Corps 10, Coast Guard 12, KP Scholars number 4. We're now going to go to one of our first videos from the American Maritime Officers. This is an interview we did earlier from our studios in Washington, D.C., and we'll be coming back shortly to give you updates as we begin the coverage of the commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Hi, I'm Dave Gardy from Maritime TV from our studios here near Washington, D.C. in preparation for the graduation ceremony of the class of 2022 at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. Joining us now from Florida is Mr. Willie Barrera, who's Executive Vice President with the American Maritime Officers. Willie, thanks for joining us and thanks for being a sponsor of the webcast coverage.
My pleasure to be here. Congratulations to all the cadets.
And you're class of 83 yourself. I just want to, from your perspective, tell us a little bit about your career, what the opportunities are out there right now at AMO, and any message you have for the class of 22.
I graduated in 1983, as you said. It was a really brutal time. I spent almost an entire year and a half trying to get out. I created myself a job at Kings Point, the superintendent's liaison. So I worked there for 6 months. Then I worked as an able-bodied seaman for Military Sea Lift Command for a couple months until they gave me a call, and some of the folks were leaving to form a new shipping company called Maersk Line. So I ended up at Maersk day one and moved my way up. I was sailing captain at 29 and had a great career, sailed for 32 years, and then came ashore in 2016 to be the West Coast rep for AMO, and then became Executive Vice President last year.
Excellent. And that's a great career. What opportunities are out there right now in the industry with AMO?
We have a lot of opportunities right now. It's amazing how the industry's turned around in the last year. So right now we have tanker jobs, and we have a PIC program to help you get your PIC if you don't have one. We've got a lot of military jobs. You all have a security clearance, so we're looking forward to taking advantage of that. We will get you all the training for that. We have a Core 4 program that we've developed. There are the regular container ships and break bulk ships and ro-ro ships with numerous companies that we have. We have cable ships with subcoms. So a lot of you are looking to go work for subcoms, so we're looking forward to bringing you on board.
Excellent. And you're also working with new propulsion technologies. You have ships in the that you serve doing that?
We do. We have LNG, which is the big hot topic. So in the LNG world, we've got Crowley and Tote that have LNG container ships already operating. And currently we have more that are working in the West Coast, up in the Pacific Northwest with Tote. They're converting 2 of their container ship roll-on, roll-off ships going up to Alaska into LNG, and we expect that to be done and completed next year.
You also have an excellent school curriculum down there at Dania, Florida. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
The Star Center, yes. The premier training center in the world, as we like to say. And down there, you can take almost any class that you're going to need for your career, whether it be military or commercial, tanker, deck side, engine side. We can train you for just about anything, dynamic positioning, LNG, tanker PIC. We've got firefighting facilities on board. We're coming online in a couple of weeks with a small arms facility where we'll be able to do all of our small arms on campus, as well as the training for a lot of the military Sea Lift Command courses.
Excellent. And what message do you have for the class of 2022?
First of all, congratulations. I know what it's like to having gone through that. Dave and I both been there. It's a great opportunity for you right now. The doors are wide open. We haven't seen something like this in quite some time. I will be up there for graduation. Looking forward to bringing a lot of you on board. We've got multiple job opportunities. It's depending on how you want to make your career work. And if you choose a career path and it changes down the road, we'll be able to help you with that as well. So looking forward to meeting with you and getting you a job.
Oh, excellent. And if people want to find out more about AMO, what's the website to go to?
Our website is www.amo-union.org.
That's www.amo-union.org. We've been speaking with the Executive Vice President from AMO, Mr. Willie Barrera, Class of 83. Thanks for joining us, Willie.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Dave.
I'm Dave Gardy from Maritime TV in preparation for our coverage of the webcast of the Class of 2022's graduation in Kings Point. Dave Gardy, Class of 80, thanks for watching. I want to thank American Maritime officers for their support. The color guard today is going to be carrying the Academy Battle Standard. The U.S. Merchant Marine Academy is privileged enough among the nation's 5 federal service academies to carry a battle standard as part of its color guard. The Academy's battle standard proudly commemorates and perpetuates the memory of the cadet midshipmen who gave the last full measure of devotion in World War II. During times of war, members of the armed forces engage in combat, but the students at their respective service academies do not. The students at USMMA receive an integral part of the training at sea, and in World War II often found their lives in peril as they sailed through enemy-controlled waters or unloaded precious cargo in overseas combat theaters. And all 142 cadet midshipmen shipped out, but never returned. In their memory, our battle standard bears the number 142. So it's currently 8:37 Eastern. We should begin approximately around 9 o'clock. Nobody's marched in yet, so we're going to go to another sponsor interview, this time with the Council of American Master Mariners, which was recorded yesterday from the press box in a Zoom feed with Captain R.J. Klein from the Council of American Master Mariners.
Hi, I'm Dave Gardy from Maritime TV. We are at the press box at Tomb Field at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy the day before the graduation of the class of 2022. And joining me now from Bellevue, Washington via Zoom is Captain R.J. Klein, who is a Kings Point graduate and also Executive Vice President of the Council of American Master Mariners, or CAM. RJ, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Any thoughts going out to the class of 22 as we start this commencement ceremony tomorrow?
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate them on 4 years of hard work, which leading to their graduation. But as they set their course for the future, I'd like them to keep in mind that the Merchant Marine has been in existence since 1775, and that the U.S. Merchant Marine predates all the military services. And as being a Kings Pointer, you're the only service academy entitled to display the battle standard. And they are now joining a unique fraternity of Kings Point graduates. Personally, I spent 40 years at sea, 28 as captain, but like the cadets today, I'm sure that they have engaged in conversation with their classmates of, what are you going to do when you graduate? Well, they asked me that, or my classmates did, and I said, I'm going to go to sea. Well, this was 1969 and the Vietnam War was on, and the reply was, well, yeah, we are going to go to sea because we don't want to get drafted. But what are you going to do after that? And I said, I think this would be a really great career. I'm going to go to sea. Turns out I was right. it was a great career. It was rewarding in every way. And so I encourage members of the class of 2022 to join the maritime industry. There's a lot of avenues open to them. But I hope they believe me when I tell them that whatever they do in the maritime industry, their credibility is enhanced if they actually have sailed on their license. People just say, oh, you've been there, done that. I understand that the job has changed, but a career at sea offers unique experiences and challenges, ones that you really don't find behind the desk. Not that we don't need people behind the desk, but if you're graduating from Kings Point and you go into the maritime industry, if you go to sea, I think you have a much better understanding of your industry.
Excellent. And we've been talking to people, union presidents and things, and the opportunities out there have never been better. So there's a real opportunity for the midshipmen graduating in the class of 2022 to really expand their careers quickly too and get their sea time in. Tell us a little bit about the Council of American Master Mariners, who's decided also to help sponsor this webcast, make it possible to get this out to the families around the country that are watching.
Well, CAM was founded in 1936 by a group of shipmasters out of New York City. They wanted to support the shipmaster and the United States Merchant Marine. One of the main tenets of our mission statement is that we are committed to the promotion of nautical education and the improvement of training standards. The council acts as mentors for those interested in a maritime career. You can contact us, and we also take position on current maritime issues. For instance, we just recently submitted a statement to MARAD concerning embark, which we're all aware is a really hot topic at this time in the maritime industry. You can learn more about the council at www.mastermariner.org. And any graduate or anyone listening to this that wants to reach out to us, we have people who would be glad to talk to them.
That's www.mastermariner.org. Thank you, RJ. And I'll point out that it's not just for Master Mariners. You guys even let me in, and I was a marine engineer. So,
yes, we let have associate members that join, and we welcome them.
Excellent. Yeah. We've been talking to RJ Klein, who's Executive Vice President of the Council of American Master Mariners, a sponsor for today's webcast. Thank you again, RJ.
You're welcome.
I'm Dave Gardy from the press box of the Tomb Field just before the commencement ceremony tomorrow. Just working on the last minute things for the live webcast here in the press box. Thanks for joining us on Maritime TV, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
Great.
Back here at coverage of the class of 2022 commencement ceremony at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, New York. The underclass is now starting to walk onto the track and will take their position behind the class of 2022. In the next interview we're going to go to is the Marine Engineers Beneficial Association, another sponsor of the webcast for the class of 2022 commencement ceremony.
MEBA, the Marine Engineers Beneficial Association, represents a large and diverse mix of marine engineers and deck officers, experienced and skilled in all types of commercial shipping. MEBA's expertise and proven track record of readiness, safety, and loyalty are unrivaled in the world. Bill Van Loo, MEBA Secretary-Treasurer, articulates the MEBA value proposition.
I'm Bill Van Loo, the Secretary-Treasurer of the Marine Engineers Beneficial Association. I'm here today at the Calhoun MEBA Engineering School in Eastern Maryland. MEBA is the oldest and preeminent maritime officers union in the country, originally founded in 1875. The MEBA professional engine and deck officers are the most respected and well-trained in the world. Our contracts lead the industry with the highest paying jobs, most protective work rules, and best benefits. With our hiring halls, we have the most transparent and democratic hiring practices in the U.S. Merchant Marine. MEBA offers flexibility to work when you want to work, or the opportunity to become a permanent employee with scheduled work and time off. Unparalleled representation and contract enforcement, ensuring the contract and provisions you sign on for are enforced. The MEBA represents all modes of maritime work, giving you the choice of where you want to work. You can choose deep sea, tug and barges, LNG carriers, ferries, Great Lake boats, or even sail on a Hawaiian cruise ship. Additionally, we represent the Military Sea Lift Command and many Ready Reserve Force Fleet ships. MEBA offers both engine and deck opportunities. MEBA Defined Benefit Pension Plan is the best and most secure pension plan in the industry. The majority of MEBA contracts also have a company-funded defined contribution plan in addition to the pension plan. Our medical plan in the industry is rock solid, with no referrals needed and many other options that enable our members and their families to receive top medical care. The Calhoun MEBA Engineering School, internationally recognized school and the foremost continuing education facility for licensed officers, allowing the MEBA to be the finest source of seagoing labor today. Our facility specializes in state-of-the-art training for new marine technologies. All necessary government-required courses are offered to our membership, and our staff consistently adapts the curriculum to be the front end of evolving industry needs and requirements. MEBA knows that its reputation relies on the quality of its members. That quality is directly coupled to at-sea experience and training. Since 1966, the Calhoun MEBA Engineering School has served as the educational arm for the union, responding to the needs of its contracted companies in the face of the ever-changing operational and technical environment. Our courses are developed and delivered to standards that exceed those prescribed by the Coast Guard and the International Maritime Organization. But more importantly, these courses function to ensure that when an MEBA officer signs onto a ship, he or she is ready to do the job, do it well, and do it safely. As a member of the MEBA, you will have access to our training facility. Speaking to those who are graduating, good luck with your careers. We hope to see you soon with the MEBA in the near future.
For more information on the MEBA, please go to www.mebaunion.org.
Again, the underclass continues to march on, and we're going to go to our next sponsor interview, the Masters Mates and Pilots, and Jeremy Hope.
Hi, I'm Dave Gardy from Maritime TV from our studios here near Washington, D.C. in preparation for the Class of 22 commencement ceremony at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. With me right now via Zoom is Mr. Jeremy Hope, who's Vice President for Gulf Ports and Government Contracts. Jeremy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dave.
Now, Masters Mates and Pilots, great organization, a lot of positive things happening. What message do you have for the Class of 2022 about the opportunities that are available at MMP?
Well, 2022 is a great year to be getting out of Kings Point. And, you know, when I got out of school in 1999, I signed up with MMP right away, but it took me till November to get a job. We have jobs on the board on the offshore side right now available. On the inland groups, there's jobs on the tugs and ferries on both coasts. On the Great Lakes, there's opportunities. And of course, with the federal membership group with MSC. So there's a lot of opportunities right now. It's a good time to be getting out.
And kind of the post-COVID situation where people weren't getting stuck on ships, that's kind of alleviated itself right now. A lot of opportunities, a lot of positive opportunities, including new technologies for ship propulsion. Can you give us a little bit about that? Because you've got such a slew of companies in your stable that some of those companies are developing these new technologies.
Yes, we have 2 Jones Act operators, Pasha, Hawaii, and Matson on the west, running out of the West Coast, that are both investing in LNG power plants. Pasha's building 2 new ships in Brownsville, Texas. First one should be delivered a little bit later this year, and then the other one to follow. So it's an exciting time, you know, with the Jones Act. Ships being built in the United States, it's pretty amazing to think about with all the shipping around the world and the costs of shipbuilding, that we still have the Jones Act. It's critical to our survival. And, you know, there's jobs available running to Hawaii, to Alaska, to the Far East, to Europe. You know, it's wide open right now. Like, I've never seen it. So it's really, we need you to sign up, and, you know, with the security clearance, it's an easy way to move into the government fleets. That's a big leg up for Kings Pointers.
And the other side of the equation is for those midshipmen interested in advancing their licenses quickly, this is with all this opportunity out there, that can happen.
Absolutely. Like I said, like I've never seen it before. You know, we have, you know, captains now in their 20s, you know, that are sailing captains. So it's pretty amazing.
Excellent. Now, what sage wisdom do you have for the class of 2022 as they leave Kings Point?
Well, I know it's tough being there. It's tough getting through that program, but you know, getting out, I just remember it was just really the world was wide open to me, and you know, shipping out was a great opportunity because you know, we got to have a lot of time off, really enjoy our lives after that. Difficult but rewarding experience at Kings Point. It's a great place to be from. I'm sure you've heard that a million times. But yeah, just, you know, you chart your own course, you know, all those kind of things. And but I'd love to have you sign up and you know, fulfill your commitment to sail. You know, like I said, it's just really a great time to be coming out of there. So.
Excellent. And if the midshipmen want to find out more about the MM&P, what's the webcast site? What's the website?
The website is bridgedeck, one word, bridgedeck.org. And there's a section that explains the joining process. You know, we have halls from Boston, New Jersey, Norfolk, Charleston, South Carolina, Fort Lauderdale. I'm here in Tampa right now, Houston, LA, San Francisco, Seattle. So, you know, you can come in and join at any of the ports, and love to have you.
That's excellent. And again, that website is www.bridgedeck.org. We've been speaking with the Vice President of Gulf Ports and Government Contracts for Master Mates and Pilots, Mr. Jeremy Hope. Jeremy, class of 99, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dave.
I'm Dave Gardy, class of 80. Congratulations to the class of 2022. We want to thank MM&P for their sponsorship. Thanks for watching Maritime TV.
Okay, back to the Maritime TV coverage of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy class of 2022 commencement ceremony. The first class of 2022, is now forming up for the march on. In the interim, we're going to go to the final sponsor interview today, Patriot Contract Services.
Patriot Contract Services, LLC, or PCS, is a leading ship management company that operates vessels for both the U.S. government and commercial interests. PCS has managed a wide range of vessel types for MARAD and the Military Sealift Command, including ro-ro vessels, lash vessels, and general cargo vessels. PCS maintains a network of highly experienced mariners and vessel managers who are capable of skillfully operating a wide range of vessels used for both rapid military support and commercial operations. PCS employs mariners from the following American Union affiliated partners: MM&P, MEBA, SUP, MFU, SIU, and the ARA. With a current fleet of 24 vessels under operational management, we offer excellent career opportunities and steady employment for professional, capable, and ambitious people at sea and ashore. Recognizing that people will always be our most valuable asset, we concentrate not only on recruitment and training, but also on maintaining highly motivated personnel in every position. Our long-term approach is focused on excellent human resources practices. Patriot Contract Services. Visit us at www.patriot-ships.com.
Yeah, I'm going to just turn it. One more note, the 50-year legacy class of 1972 has guided the graduating class of 2022 since their arrival at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. The legacy class always leads the graduating class into the commencement venue. The graduating class of 2022 would like to recognize and thank the legacy class for their support, wisdom, and professional mentorship over the past 4 years. In addition, the class of 2022 salutes the half-century of service provided by the class of 1972 to the nation, the U.S. Maritime Industry, the Armed Forces, and the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. So you'll see the legacy class leading in the class of 2022, and we're just going to go to the scenes of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy preparation for the commencement ceremony. Thank you for joining us on Maritime TV for this presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduation exercises will begin momentarily. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 86th commencement exercises of the United States Merchant Marine Academy. I am Christopher Schnatz, the Director of Physical Education and Athletics, and I will serve today as your Master of Ceremonies. We are joined in the stands and on the field today by family members from around the country and around the world. We know how excited everyone is, and we appreciate that you made the effort to join us here today. To our families and friends watching via the live stream, welcome. We are glad you are here. We will now welcome the official party to the stadium. First in and leading the official party is the mace bearer. The use of the mace dates back to the Middle Ages, when it was carried before or placed near a magistrate as a representation of authority. Dr. Gabe Koleff, a professor in the Department of Marine Engineering, has the distinction of serving as the mace bearer in today's ceremony. The 13th Superintendent of the United States Merchant Marine Academy, Vice Admiral Jack Buono, U.S. MMA class of 1978, and his wife Ginger lead the next group joining us in the official party. He is accompanied by commencement keynote speaker and special guests, the Honorable Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of Transportation, the Honorable Congressman from New York 2nd District, Andrew Garbarino, Deputy Secretary of Transportation, the Honorable Polly Trottenberg, distinguished graduation speaker, General Jacqueline Van Ovos, Commander of U.S. Transport Command, Maritime Administrator, the Honorable Ann Phillips, Rear Admiral, U.S. Navy retired, Deputy Maritime Administrator, Lucinda Leslie, Deputy Superintendent, Rear Admiral Susan Dunlap, the Honorable Elias Moises Levy Cohen, Consul General of the Consulate of Panama in New York, Captain Zita Merchant, Commander, U.S. Coast Guard, Sector New York, Miss Lila Linares, U.S. MMA class of 2006, Acting U.S. MMA Chief of Staff, and distinguished alumnus speaker, Coach Mike Toop, U.S. MMA class of 1977. Next to enter the stadium, led by the Academic Dean and Provost, Rear Admiral John Ballard, PhD, and his wife Rose, are the academic department heads, the Faculty Academic Award winners for 2021, 2022, and those graduating from the master's program today. Joining the Dean are Captain William Caliendo, Director of Marine Engineering, Captain Kevin Hassan, U.S. MMA class of 1998, representing Captain Mike Murphy, U.S. MMA class of 1988, Director of Marine Transportation, Captain Paul Aquaro, Director of the Academic Center of Excellence, Captain John Clune, Director of Humanities, Captain Preston DeJean, Acting Associate Dean for Faculty, Captain William Fell, Deputy Director of Physical Education and Athletics, Miss Lisa Jerry, U.S. MMA Registrar, Captain Ian Jones, U.S. MMA class of 2001, Director of Professional Development and Career Services, Dr. Mike Melser, Director of Mathematics and Science, Captain Anthony Nigro, Director of Master of Science and Marine Engineering Program, Dr. Donna Salvaggio, Director of Library Services, Captain Dan Straub, Director of Naval Science, Commander Sean Tedesco, President of the Faculty Forum, Captain Jim Zetwernicki, Assistant Dean for Support Programs, and Dr. Michael Rowenbeck, Assistant Professor, Marine Engineering. In addition, the group is joined by Jacob E. Brohan, Mark L. Bulakluk, Connor B. McGowan, Andrew M. Ricketts, and Bo Tong, our newest U.S. Merchant Marine Academy Master of Science in Marine Engineering recipients. Next to enter the stadium is Captain Mike Stroud, Commandant of Midshipmen, and his wife Talene. They are accompanied by Mr. Jim Hamilton, U.S. MMA Class of 1977, Chairman of the U.S. MMA Alumni Association and Foundation. Commander Andrew McCarthy, Deputy Commandant. Lieutenant Commander Antoinette Waller, 2nd Battalion Officer. Lieutenant Commander Scott Miller, U.S. MMA Class of 1993, 3rd Battalion Officer. And Command Chaplain, Lieutenant Commander Mark Bodette, U.S. Navy. Now entering the stadium is the 50-year Legacy Class of 1972. The Legacy Class annually has the honor of leading our very special guests into the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a warm Kings Point commencement welcome for the United States Merchant Marine Academy graduating class of 2022. Rounding out the official party today is our faculty contingent. In graduation ceremonies, the faculty enters to the tune of Pomp and Circumstance, a traditional graduation march by Sir Edward Elgar. Today we are playing that music to recognize and honor the essential role our faculty had during the 2021-2022 academic year and throughout the public health emergency since 2020. In addition to teaching classes face-to-face, they also taught remotely. They tutored students by phone and proctored tests via Zoom, all to enable our graduates to be here today. In a gesture of respect, the class of 2022 will face inward to recognize the faculty and acknowledge their mentorship over the last 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our faculty.
The 86th commencement exercises of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy are hereby convened.
Midshipman King, you certainly are ready to graduate. The ship is signaled up fore and aft. She's secured for sea. Please rejoin your shipmates and prepare for departure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in standing and removing your headgear for the playing of honors for Secretary Buttigieg and the playing of our national anthem by the USMMA Band George M. Cohen's Own, followed by the invocation from Command Chaplain Baudet.
us pray. Almighty God, as we gather today, we thank you for the blessing of learning. We thank you for the opportunity and privilege to study in our chosen areas and gaining new skills and knowledge. May each graduate today feel proud and enjoy celebrating their success for a job well done. It hasn't come without sacrifice, discipline, and hard work. It has been challenging, life-shaping, molding each one into the person you have called them to be. This morning we are grateful for the last 4 years because on this day of completion, graduating those who have fought hard to get here get to celebrate a momentous occasion in their adult life. Thank you that each one is unique and brimming with potential. Thank you for leading them in their learning, for keeping them safe as they studied, and watching over them in their final exams and their licensing exams. We pray that they may all feel proud this day and enjoy sharing their achievements with their family, friends, alumni, and even the faculty and staff who pushed them beyond what they thought they could be capable. This morning we honor and celebrate our graduates as they become active and reserve component commissioned officers in our branches of military service. We pray your blessing and protection go before and behind them as they serve. And I pray Psalm 20, verse 4 over you this morning. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Bless this ceremony and all that made this day special happen. We pray this in your most holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. We are happy to once again convene on Toon Field for the graduating class of 2022. And we are even happier to share this moment with those family members and friends joining us here in Brooks Stadium and on the live stream. The campus is open, and we encourage all of our guests to enjoy this gem we call Kings Point once the ceremony is over. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce the 13th Superintendent of the United States Merchant Marine Academy, Vice Admiral Jack Buono, USMMA Class of 1978.
Good morning, Kings Point. Secretary Buttigieg, Representative Garbarino, Transcom Commander General Van Ovost, Maritime Administrator Admiral Phillips, Deputy Maritime Administrator Leslie, Deputy Superintendent Rear Admiral Dunlap, Dean and Provost Rear Admiral Ballard, Consul General from Panama, Elias Moises Levy-Cohen, Commandant Midshipman Captain Stroud, U.S. Coast Guard Sector Commander Captain Merchant, faculty, coaches, staff, regiment of midshipmen, moms and dads, friends and families, and most especially the graduating class of 2022. Welcome. Before I begin my remarks today, I'd like to offer a very special welcome to John M. McCaffrey, who is sitting in the tent to my left. Class of 22, Mr. McCaffrey is here to celebrate your graduation on the 70th anniversary of his. Jack graduated in 1952 and comes to us today to share this very special moment with you. Today, at the ripe young age of 92, it is our pleasure to welcome you home, Jack. If you would stand up again so everybody could see you. A round of applause for Jack McCaffrey. Thank you for being here, Jack. Today is a very exciting day for me and Ginger as we recognize the accomplishments in this great class and share the pride we have in you as graduates. In fact, I would like to ask our First Lady, Miss Ginger, would you please join me on the dais? Class of 22, you are our legacy class. Ginger and I came to the Academy while you were fledgling plebes, just finishing your first academic trimester. And now, 1,317 days later, look at you. You are confident young leaders, ready to make your mark on the world around you, and you are ready. The first day we met, I spoke with you about leadership and respect. I shared with you that leadership is not about standing taller than your shipmates, but that leadership is about helping your shipmates stand taller than yourselves. You have done just that. You persevered through the challenges of COVID. As you took over the regiment at this time last year, you set about reinvigorating a regimental system that had suffered during the pandemic. You successfully returned this ship to the center of the channel through professionalism and teamwork. You welcomed the class of 2025 in a driving rainstorm, but never missed a beat and conducted a successful in-dock, the likes of which we have not seen before. You prepared the class of 2025 for their journey at Kings Point, and we are sure they will be successful like you. Each time you were faced with a challenge, you handled it like Kings Pointers. You recognized issues and you faced them with leadership, teamwork, and again, professionalism. You lived up to your class motto, Deo adjuvante non temendum, or with God's help, there is nothing to fear. You have been tested in the crucible and come out stronger for the experience. This is the definition of a King's Pointer. It's who we are and what we do in peace and war, each day, every day. It is who you are. On that first day, we also spoke about respect. You will recall the words, any act of disrespect towards a shipmate is an act of disrespect towards us all. And any act of kindness and compassion towards a shipmate is an act of kindness and compassion towards all of us. You embraced that notion and lived it every day. In the wake of racism, unrest in our country, you stepped up. You pulled together as a group and you created cultural change within the regiment that stuck. Cultural diversity, open seas, one love, KP ladies were all created to support and advocate for midshipmen and to reinforce a culture of respect within the regiment. I know as you embark on your careers, you will continue to reject hate and violence, and you will fight to end racism and create an environment that celebrates differences and welcomes all. Individually, you work at creating a respectful climate aimed at a greater good for everyone. In a number of cases, your leadership, citizenship, effort, or advocacy was recognized outside the walls of our stately alma mater. Midshipmen like Joshua King, Mackenzie Rush, and Ian Blankenship all garnered national recognition, not just for their athletic performance, but for their efforts and advocacy off the fields of play as well. It was a pleasure to watch you work. And now, you've done it. You've persevered through many a dark night, cold day, stormy sea, and you have earned this day. You have earned what comes next. Today is the last day that you will be together as a class. Within just a few weeks, you will find yourselves meeting challenges all over the world, on ships, jets, helicopters, submarines, in shipyards, at duty stations and locations around the world, some so secret you can't even tell your mom and dad. As you prepare to go forth and lead, to pursue your personal greatness, avoid complacency. Nothing good happens there. Continue to learn, stay positive, set yourselves apart by seeking out hard jobs and doing them well. You have learned your lessons here and you are ready. My son John is here with us today, and he will recognize what I'm about to tell you because he's heard it from me all his life. If you can think it, you can do it. Think and dream big, class of 2022. Your future is bright. And I will tell you without limit, Your personal greatness awaits you. Now, as you depart these esteemed halls and put Vickery Gate in the rearview mirror, know that, although we would likely slow you down, Ginger and I would be honored to serve with you again, anytime, anywhere. As I look across the crowd today, I realize that Ginger and I are not the only ones that feel that way about you. In fact, I doubt there has been a time in this strife-born history of our alma mater that the support of your family and friends has ever been a more important factor in your success. That's right. The thousands of proud people in the stands behind you feel the same way about you as Ginger and I. In fact, if everyone in the stands would indulge me for just a moment, please stand up and stay standing for just a minute. Thank you. I know we all thank our families and friends for their support when we're around them, but rarely do you get the chance to show that collectively. Class of 2022, it's time to show your thanks and appreciation to those who have been there for you through the late-night calls of desperation, the angry emails, the feelings of elation, disappointment, accomplishment, frustration, and celebration. Class of 2022, and only the class of 2022, please don your covers. Class of 2022, attention, about face. Moms and dads, families and friends, this recognition is for you, for everything you have done to support your daughters and sons while they've been here at Kings Point. Class of 2022, hand salute. Ready, two. Now pick out your people in their stands and give them a wave, a shout, and a cheer. Class of 2022 seats. Moms and dads, please be seated. Thank you. Before I leave this topic, I would like to take a moment to publicly recognize Ginger for all she has done for the Academy during our time here. From the moment we arrived, you threw yourself headfirst in supporting the midshipmen, the faculty, the staff, and the community at large. More importantly, at least to me, you have been there with me every step of the way. Thanks will never be enough, and I know you, like me, will never forget this adventure. I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anyone but you. In closing, I would offer you this. As Ginger and I prepare to tackle new challenges beyond the halls of this outstanding institution, we want to thank the faculty, administration, coaches, and staff for your support, and most importantly, we want to thank each and every member of the regiment for making our time with you an unforgettable adventure. Know that just like our academy, you too have endured strife. But let me tell you the secret about Kings Pointers. It's the struggles that make us stronger. Let what you learned here at Kings Point be your North Star. Let your values of respect, honor, and service guide you. Do the right thing, always. Respect people for themselves. Hold your shipmates higher than yourselves. Listen and learn. Be an agent of safety in all you do. Take care of your people and yourselves, and take care of those you love, always. While our hearts break a little as you depart, we wish you all the best as you head for the fleet and as you join the long line of Kings Pointers that came before you. I challenge you to let our motto guide your future. Live by, embrace, and embody acta non verba in all you do. Congratulations, class of 22. Good luck, shipmates. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor to introduce our distinguished graduation speaker. General Jacqueline Van Ovost recently visited us and spoke at our annual Battle Standard Dinner, and we are pleased to welcome her back for the 86th commencement exercises. Her biography is included in today's graduation program, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention that she is a highly qualified strategist who has served in a rich variety of difficult and challenging joint assignments for the Air Force. She is qualified on more than 30 airframes and has accumulated more than 4,000 flight hours. As the 14th commander of TRANSCOM and one of only 11 four-star combatant commanders, she is responsible for projecting and sustaining military power globally. She is a graduate of the United States Air Force Academy, and her awards include the Defense Distinguished Service Medal, the Legion of Merit, and the Bronze Star. Please join me in a warm Kings Point welcome for the 14th Commander of the U.S. Transportation Command, General Jacqueline Van Ovost.
All right. Thank you, Vice Admiral Buono. Thanks for that great introduction. Thank you to Secretary Buttigieg and Rear Admiral Phillips for the opportunity to join you here at beautiful Kings Point. Well, you did it. Of course, I'm speaking to the families. Moms, dads, extended family members, friends, supporters. These midshipmen sit here because of you. Thank you for being the guiding light and the foundational influence that laid the keel for these young mariners. You earned that swell in your chest. Now, to the regiment of midshipmen. I have a sea story, and as you know, any good sea story starts like this. So there I was, at 35,000 feet, straight and level, strapped into my F-15 Eagle, with the throttle forward, the afterburner roaring, the aircraft accelerating. My airspeed indicator was at 650 knots and rapidly approaching Mach 1. Now, according to the restrictions at the time, the policy, I was not supposed to be there. Women were not allowed to fly fighter aircraft because we could not fly combat missions. But I never accepted no for an answer. Instead, I put my head down. I worked hard, and I pushed the envelope to become an Air Force test pilot. I earned the right to fly that fast. So with a little more pressure and a smile on my face, I urged the aircraft forward, sending a shockwave through the air as I broke the sound barrier. As a leader, I have been breaking barriers ever since. Passion, preparation, and dedication make the challenge of that moment possible for me. Class of 2022, this is the first of many moments that you have earned. You endured the physical rigors of Indom. You made it through the gatherings in Ackerman, lectures in Bowditch, Fulton, or Furuseth halls, where you learned your craft. On vessels during your sea year, you sailed the open oceans. You navigated the littorals. You weaved through congested ports and experienced parts of the world that few other Academy grads can boast. In recognition of this achievement, you will soon pass through Victory Gates, not as midshipmen, but as graduates, officers, leaders. For the last 4 years, when approaching that entrance, your heart may have raced. You may have felt anxious, but rather than giving in to the relief of an easy passage, you chose the noble route. In face of the challenges of this academy, you applied yourself and disciplined your actions to enable the success of you and your classmates. This is your moment. Smile, be proud. I promise you, you will never forget it. And in the future, when you turn onto Steamboat Road, let the globe and dolphin on top of Victory Gate serve as reminders of the first of many barriers that you chose to break. Hold on to that attitude of determination, that internal perseverance that propelled you through the hardships and enabled your successes. Use it when times get tough, and to inspire those around you. That's why you're here. You're here to lead. You're here to make a difference in the maritime industry, in uniform, on the water, and everywhere else around the globe where the graduates of this academy are called to serve. Current events remind us that the strategic and economic security of our country is reliant on the merchant mariner. As a maritime nation from our founding, your choice to serve is a reminder that our strength remains in those vital sea lines of communication, and I am grateful that you answered the call. As the newest leaders in your community, it will be your responsibility to honor the considerable traditions of putting to sea, while also influencing the changes occurring within the maritime industry. Going to sea is an ancient art, but the world's waters have always proved fertile for innovation. Early seafarers challenged themselves to see what's just out of sight, pushing the barriers as they chased what lies just over the horizon. Our nation and the maritime industry are in desperate need of two things: leaders of vision and merchant mariners. Both are needed to ensure our fledgling democracy continues, a democracy that stands as a beacon for liberty, justice, human rights, and the international rule of law. Thankfully, neither are in short supply here at Kings Point. As the commander of Transcom, I fully recognize the capability that you deliver in projecting the joint force. As a fellow officer, I am extremely proud of the next generation of Americans entering a life of service. So whether you'll join the Navy Reserve as a strategic sea lift officer or one of our sister services, I know this class stands ready to answer the call of in peace and war, God willing, nothing shall be feared. Before we commission you here today, I offer this challenge. Continue to go see, do, explore, learn, but most of all, lead. Break down those institutional barriers that are no longer conducive to good order and conduct. Develop your crews into cohesive teams by creating that atmosphere where everyone can succeed. Find new ways to operate, collaborate, and innovate. Live out your motto, acta non verba, to drive the change needed to win. Class of 22, whether you know it or not, you are accelerating towards that next barrier. The question is, will you urge the engines full ahead with a smile on your face to break through or not? From one academy grad to another, congratulations. Heave ho, my lads, heave ho. Damn the submarines. You now have the goods. Go deliver.
Midshipman Liam Pickett, First Rotation Regimental Commander, will now present General Van Ovos with a keepsake from the class.
General Van Ovos, as a token of our sincere appreciation, please accept this gift from the great class of 2022.
Thank you, Midshipman Pickett.
Thank you, General. Well done.
Thank you, General. It is now my great pleasure to welcome the Honorable Admiral Ann Phillips, our Maritime Administrator, to the podium. Rear Admiral Phillips served for nearly 31 years in the U.S. Navy as a surface warfare officer. Her Navy experience included multiple commands and staff positions at the highest levels. She was sworn in as the Maritime Administrator in May of 2022 and is responsible to advise and assist the Secretary of Transportation on all matters of commercial maritime. She is also the senior ranking officer in the U.S. Maritime Service. We are very pleased to welcome her back to the Academy today. Please join me in welcoming the 20th leader of the Maritime Administrator, the Honorable Admiral Ann C. Phillips.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Admiral Bono, for that kind introduction. And as I get started here, I would particularly like to thank Admiral Bono for his leadership and his steadfast commitment to the Academy. In addition, I'd like to thank the faculty and staff for all of your work to keep the Academy open and support our midshipmen through the past several years of incredible challenges. I would also like to thank the alumni and Alumni Foundation, the parents' organizations, of course, all the parents, family, friends, and others who are here supporting the class of 22 and who support the full student body of Kings Point every day, for your support and your steadfast dedication to this institution. I was sworn in as the Maritime Administrator just 5 weeks ago. This is my second trip here. I'm deeply honored to be here with all of you for this occasion. During my nearly 3 decades in the Navy, I had the pleasure to serve with and for many graduates of this institution. Their considerable skill and expertise as mariners was exceeded only by their leadership, empathy, and dedication to training their wardrooms and crews, not only in seamanship, but on the critical nature of sea lift and of our merchant marine. As the Maritime Administrator, one of my key responsibilities is ensuring that we have the sea lift capacity we need to deliver essential cargoes to any shore around the world. That means we need ships. And under the leadership of President Biden and of Secretary Buttigieg, we are recapitalizing the Ready Reserve Fleet that MARAD operates, and we are expanding our U.S. flag commercial fleet. To run those ships daily and in times of crisis, we must also have trained and qualified mariners. This is the vital role that the Merchant Marine Academy fulfills. This academy is the primary source for our strategic sea lift officers. And of course, many of you also choose to serve on active duty in the armed forces, and you look great out there today in your uniforms. Thank you. As administrator, I'm committed to advancing the urgent effort directed by Secretary Buttigieg to strengthen this academy. We will continue to surge resources, including addressing long-standing infrastructure needs, increasing the support available to midshipmen, including health services on campus, working to strengthen diversity, equity, and inclusion, and of course, continuing to improve critical efforts to prevent sexual assault and sexual harassment and hold perpetrators accountable. You, our midshipmen, are the best America has to offer. You deserve a world-class campus and training opportunities at sea where you have all the resources you need to excel. To the class of 2022, you've met the rigors of this incredibly challenging program. And you've done so while surmounting the unprecedented stress of COVID-19 on top of everything else. While I know that interrupted many normal activities and even joys of your academy life, you've shown your resilience. You've earned your place. In addition to leading the regiment in meeting the challenges over the past year, you've provided many thoughtful recommendations to help us improve the way the Academy serves you, its midshipmen. Many of the changes we've begun to implement respond directly to your observations and suggestions. Thank you. Having met many of you over the past few days, I'm certain you, the class of 22, are ready for anything, and equally certain that our maritime industry and our nation need you more than ever, and more importantly, need the change you will continue to create as you advance your careers. Congratulations to you all. And a small bit of advice, keep plenty of water under the keel. It is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Secretary Pete Buttigieg, the 19th Secretary of the Department of Transportation. Secretary Buttigieg is a former mayor of his hometown, South Bend, Indiana, and a former member of the U.S. Navy Reserve. A graduate of Harvard, he was a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University. Secretary Buttigieg is leading our department at an extraordinary time as we work to deliver historic infrastructure investments made possible by President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. He is also focused on strengthening our supply chains and ensuring we can continue to speed the delivery of cargo from ships to shelves and customers while improving resilience at our nation's ports. Welcome, Secretary Buttigieg. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Admiral Phillips, for that introduction and for your leadership of the Maritime Administration. And good morning to all. It is a true honor and a pleasure to be here at the Academy and to be with you all on this great day. And it's nice to see for myself Toombs Field, where without putting undue pressure on our underclassmen, I will note my high expectations for further victories to keep that Secretary's Cup right where it belongs, which is in my office. I also want to thank you all for the warm welcome since we arrived yesterday, particularly since I was informed that the class's first choice of keynote speaker was in fact Jimmy Buffett. For what it's worth, I looked into whether we could make that happen for you, but his people pointed out that even though this is a morning ceremony, it was going to be 5 o'clock somewhere, and so he would be unavailable. In all seriousness and sincerity, I'm very honored to be here at the Academy, grateful for the chance to address this extraordinary class of midshipmen and to be alongside such esteemed leaders who are with me right now. I want to thank Vice Admiral Bono for his deep commitment to the Academy and for his service. Like this class, you are now embarking on your next chapter, Admiral, and we wish you and Ginger the very best for the future. It's a great honor to be alongside General Van Ovost, a tough act to follow. Since her historic appointment as commander of U.S. Transcom, the General has continued to inspire so many to break barriers just as she did. And I want to recognize Transcom Deputy Commander, Vice Admiral Mewborn, who is retiring later this month after 40 years of leadership in the Navy. Both the General and the Admiral have done so much to support merchant mariners and Academy midshipmen, including making sure that next year's class gets the sea time they need to qualify for their licenses. I want to thank Rear Admiral Wetlaufer and the Military Sealift Command, as well as the Coast Guard and the Navy for their support at every step. And of course, a huge thank you to Admiral and Administrator Phillips, our Maritime Administrator, Deputy Administrator Lucinda Leslie, and Deputy Secretary Polly Trottenberg for the late nights, difficult and important conversations, and tireless work that they have put in on behalf of these graduates. They care deeply about this Academy, and now I have an even better sense of why. From faculty and staff to family and friends, the alumni who do so much to support this institution, so many have gone above and beyond to support this class in unprecedented challenges and stood by them at every step on the road to this day. But most importantly, of course, let me address myself to the class of 2022. Congratulations. You've made it. For every class of Kings Pointers, that's an extraordinary achievement. Distinguishing yourselves both in the classroom and at sea in a demanding experience that few ordinary university students could imagine. But for your class, what you have worked through in order to be here at this day marking this occasion will be a source of well-deserved pride for the rest of your lives. And the character that you have shown to get to this point will serve you well, which is a good thing because America is going to need you more than ever. As our nation continues to deal with the effects of a once-in-a-century pandemic that's claimed 1 million American lives, as new security threats present themselves around the world, as our entire country has come to realize belatedly that a technical-sounding term like supply chain, in fact, refers to the very lifeblood of our economic security. You will be needed and called upon in ways that we cannot even fully predict right now, but certainly know that they will demand the very best of the skills and the grit that you have demonstrated in your years as midshipmen. And you have demonstrated that resolve and resilience in truly extraordinary fashion against extraordinary challenges. For over 2 years, the pandemic upended Academy life, disrupting so many of the things that make the experience here special, from formations and parades to the simple ability to break bread in Delano Hall. Yet you have stepped up in remarkable ways, working every day to keep the regiment on its feet. In particular, I want to applaud Regimental Commander Josh King
and former regimental commander Liam Pickett, who led this class through such turbulent waters. Both have been exemplary leaders and extraordinary advocates for all midshipmen. This academy, which trains and educates the majority of our strategic sea lift officers, is vital to our national security. And the academy and your service as mariners, SSOs, and members of the armed forces might well be as important as ever in our history. Which brings me to perhaps the most important thing, other than my congratulations to the graduates, that I want to communicate today, which is that now more than ever, the Merchant Marine Academy is a deeply and enduringly important part of our economic and national security, fully deserving of our full support. I want you to know that this administration and our department are firmly committed to ensuring that the Merchant Marine and USMMA can succeed and continue to meet their vital mission in the coming decades. From the proud history of this institution to its model of providing the opportunity for at-sea training on commercial vessels, Kings Point represents a unique and invaluable asset to the American people. In times of conflict, it's our mariners who provide critical supplies and military sea lift capability when the nation calls, logistical abilities whose fundamental importance I saw during my own time in the military. And in times of peace, it's our mariners who keep our economy running. Whether you are headed into active duty or commercial service, the work before you is vital, and the training you have had here is essential, yet for too long you have been asked to do more with less. This academy and the maritime industry as a whole have gone decades without the level of investment that they deserve. I'm sure there were times when you felt the impact of that underinvestment in daily life here. And it reflects how all Americans have felt impacts from outdated infrastructure this past year as supply chain deficiencies rippled across our entire country. But we know what the needs are right around here. And it is long past time to ensure that we provide the next generation of mariners with the support that they deserve. That's why we're standing up We recognize that, and that's why we're standing up for more funding for the Academy. Congress recently approved over $15 million. I see that we're hitting a nerve. Congress recently approved over $15 million for us to provide new resources to the Academy and address long-standing maintenance and repair issues. And we have requested nearly $100 million in our budget for next year, including more to repair campus facilities and ensure your safety. And of course, this comes in the context of the broader need to modernize maritime infrastructure, which will be served by President Biden's historic infrastructure law, so that the infrastructure you're going to go out and work with every single day is as it ought to be. We're working to strengthen our ports and inland waterways so they can handle more freight and operate safely. And with an eye to the climate threats of the future, we're working on everything from new clean shipping routes to innovative alternative fuels that will shape this industry and serve it well for generations to come. All of those investments are going to mean more job opportunities and safer working conditions for those of you going into commercial service. And I also hope that later down the road, some of you will find your way to joining us at DOT to help us continue to strengthen our merchant marine and improve maritime infrastructure for further generations of mariners. USMMA trains world-class mariners, and you deserve world-class resources and facilities, and we will never stop working to make sure you have them here at the Academy and wherever your careers take you. From recovering from the pandemic to modernizing our infrastructure, we have no shortage of important and urgent work ahead of us to support merchant mariners. And there's one more challenge we must discuss, even when, or especially when, it's not easy. In recent years, many sectors, many institutions, and communities in America have been reckoning with the harms of sexual assault and sexual harassment. Now is a time, long past time indeed, when we must confront the unique challenges around sexual assault and harassment present across the maritime sector and impacting students at this academy. I want to express my profound admiration for the courage of every survivor who has come forward to share their story, knowing that it might help someone else. And I want to applaud all who have supported them, including the students, faculty, staff, alumni, victim advocates, maritime unions, commercial carriers who have stepped up to fight for the change that is needed. Everyone must join in declaring that sexual assault has no safe harbor in the maritime industry, but that is only the beginning. As every midshipman knows, it is not our words that matter, but our actions, acta non verba. And once again, this class has taken that motto to heart. You've championed victim advocacy. You've demanded better mental health services. And you have shaped in a very real way so many of the policies we're now putting in place to support survivors, hold perpetrators accountable, and most important of all, prevent such crimes from happening in the first place. Our new Embark program, which we designed and shaped with important input from so many of you, seeks to do just that. 10 companies have already enrolled in it. Advancing Embark is critical to the success of commercial at-sea training for our midshipmen, and I commend the companies that have already enrolled and urge every U.S. flag carrier to follow their example as soon as possible. As the next generation of maritime leaders, you are poised to help change not just policies, but the culture of this industry itself. That is the wider challenge, and we will join you and support you at every turn along the way. This, too, is a matter of national security. Not only does every mariner deserve to be treated with basic respect and dignity, but we recognize we cannot have a strong and effective merchant marine without a bedrock foundation of safety and a culture of trust and accountability. At a time when we badly need more courageous, passionate, dedicated mariners like you, we've got to do everything in our power to ensure all are safe and welcome in this vital industry. And we must act in the knowledge that the most important part of the maritime sector, however much pride we take in our institutions and in our ports and our technology and our vessels, the most important part, of course, is our people. We will continue working to support mariners, the academy, and this vital industry, pushing for the important changes you have demanded and deserved, but the heart of that change will be you. In a matter of minutes, you will be graduates. You will be officers, service members. You are already professionals, and you will be something even more than that. The newest exemplars and stewards of America's foundationally important relationship with the seas. This is a season of great consequence, and so your choices and your character will be of great consequence. And I have no doubt you will meet the consequential moments ahead with honor. You've proven equal to every challenge that has come your way in 4 years, and I want to commend you once more for that extraordinary commitment, compassion, and dedication it took to reach this moment, because those very qualities are exactly what we need right now. And along with that appreciation and that charge, there is one last thing I would like to offer you. The Secretary of Transportation's Outstanding Unit Award Gold Medal is the highest honor that I can bestow. It's been awarded only a handful of times before, but I can say with confidence that this remarkable class of graduates deserves it, and I am grateful for the chance to award it to you today. A member of your class will receive it on your behalf, and I will read the citation in a moment. Class of 2022, attention to award. When their nation needed them during a period of severe global maritime supply chain disruptions and a persistent shortage in licensed mariners, U.S. Merchant Marine Academy midshipmen at the Academy between March 13, 2020 and June 18, 2022 overcame the unprecedented challenges associated with the COVID-19 global pandemic to complete their educations and maintain military bearing and esprit de corps. Throughout the pandemic, midshipmen demonstrated perseverance, resilience, and innovation as they worked to earn, including through virtual learning, their licenses and diplomas. The success of these midshipmen represents a superior achievement that has strengthened America during a moment of need. As a result of these efforts, the members of the USMMA classes of 2020, 2021, and 2022 graduated on time and ready to advance the national security and economic interests of the United States as licensed merchant mariners, strategic sea lift officers, and commissioned officers of the U.S. Armed Forces. The Outstanding Unit Award has been granted only on a select number of exceptional occasions, and the awardees designated to receive this citation deserve to join that distinguished group. So I'd now like to pin this ribbon on Midshipman Nix and present to him, on behalf of the entire class, this medal, which will be hung in a place of honor here at the Academy. Thank you all for your service that you have undertaken while here in the service you are about to pursue in the years ahead, as you were. Deo adjuvante non timendo. Honor those words, and you will do very well indeed. Thank you, and congratulations once more.
Midshipman Joshua King, second rotation and currently serving regimental commander, will now present Secretary Buttigieg with a keepsake from the class.
Secretary Buttigieg, thank you for your time with us today. As a token of our gift from the great class of 2022, please remember us with this stein.
Thank you, Midshipman King. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the first academic dean and provost, Rear Admiral John Ballard, PhD.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The term valedictorian is an academic title of success. It's used to recognize a student who delivers the closing address at a graduation ceremony, and that term is derived from the Latin to say farewell, as the valedictorian address generally is considered a final send-off to fellow classmates before they disperse to points around the globe, and in this case, that's absolutely true. Off around the globe to pursue your individual paths after graduation. This year's valedictorian served as our regimental academics officer. In that capacity, he made a huge positive impact on all the students at this academy by managing our campus peer tutoring program under conditions of great import. He also navigated our course of study nearly flawlessly, achieving an impressive 3.985 grade point average. It is indeed a great pleasure to introduce a truly exceptional member of the great class of 2022, this year's valedictorian from Sitka, Alaska, Midshipman Anders B. Marius.
Good morning. Secretary Buttigieg, General Van Ovost, Maritime Administrator Admiral Phillips, the Honorable Congressman Garabino, Vice Admiral Buono, Rear Admiral Dunlap, Rear Admiral Ballard, Captain Stroud, Captain Straub, Captain Aquero, other honored guests, families, hi Mom, friends, Regiment of Midshipmen, and of course, the class of 2022. For the past 4 years, we've been inundated with tales about successful alumni, the opportunities we have, and the unwritten promise that we too will be successful because we are Kings Pointers. I've often thought about why that is. What makes our experiences here at the Merchant Marine Academy so unique and rewarding that our alumni continuously win the All-Academy Challenge, freely and openly support fellow alumni and midshipmen, and revel in success together. After 3 years, 50 weeks, 6 days, 1 hour and 25 minutes, who's counting, at the Merchant Marine Academy, I believe I know the answer. Kappa Pi Sigma. All of the men and women seated before you know the daily trials and tribulations we endure as Kings Pointers. Our minds are strained by teachers whose lesson plans often fall short of education, yet demand mastery with material on the test. We have been frustrated by the Merchant Marine Academy's Bermuda Triangle of bureaucracy, governed by the mighty corners of the Department of Transportation, the Navy, and the Coast Guard, into which most of our best ideas fall, stymied. Our bodies are hardened with our favorite meal of chicken sushi. We are athletes of peak physical performance, capable of running 1.5 miles in under 12 minutes, fueled by lunchtime chicken tenders, onion rings, and the elusive stromboli. We shower in cold water because the water heaters do not work. We complete online classes without power or internet. Some may call that impossible, but we just called it another Tuesday. Despite the challenges thrown at us, we prevail. Our spirits have been tested through sequestration, both on campus and abroad amid the pandemic. We navigated coercion to receive shots we neither wanted nor needed. We have mourned the loss of classmates that they have left or been kicked out. And as plebes, we survived the ridicule of bald heads, backpack straps we couldn't use, and harsh punishments in the name of discipline. I'm sure we can all agree that there have been some pretty sucky times over the past 4 years. Yet, in truth, it really wasn't all bad. As we suffered through lackluster teachers, challenging coursework, and class punishments, our class grew into a unit. We developed a high level of teamwork and loyalty that is unparalleled by any institution. Individuals do not graduate from Kings Point. Classes do. I would not be standing here today if I did not have my sea partner Owen Trent to keep me sane through both sailings. Or Andrew Nolan and Colton Ramsey, with whom I completed countless group projects. Or my beautiful girlfriend Raven Kirsch, who was my #1 cheerleader throughout my entire time here. And none of us would be here if we did not have the support of our fellow classmates. If Kings Point didn't try us, we never would have found the impetus to join together and realize the strength of teamwork in the face of adversity. They say misery likes company, and that is certainly true here. At the same time, for every rough teacher or leader we encountered throughout our education, there was at least one who truly cared and helped guide us. We are forever grateful to Captain Tish, Captain Hall, and Professor Garofalo for devoting so much of their time and expertise beyond what was required to ensure our classmates had the skills and knowledge to succeed. We're also grateful to leaders like Lieutenant Yeager, Lieutenant Commander Nixon, for giving us role models to follow in leadership. And last, I may be biased since I worked with them as the former regimental academic officer, but we are grateful to Captain Aquero and Dr. Albert and the ACE, the Academic Center for Excellence, and their tireless efforts to support us to the best of their ability. Without poor leaders, we would neither appreciate nor recognize the good ones, which makes us all the more grateful for the exemplary ones. The mission of the United States Merchant Marine Academy is to educate and graduate leaders of exemplary character. Our single greatest asset is an institution, and the thing of which I am most proud is that it sucks. When I look back on our last 4 years together, I fondly and proudly remember how sucky it was. We rose to meet any challenge that faced us. We learned true gratitude for the simple things in life like hot water, electricity, sleeping in, and backpack straps. And we bled both each other and those beneath us to make Kings Point great again in the wake of COVID. Therefore, I am unfathomably excited to see what the truly terrific class of 2022 will accomplish in the real world. Our shared trying times have forged each of us into a leader of exemplary character, equipped to navigate dynamic environments, challenging conditions, and downright sucky times. I hope you are all as proud as I am to have persevered through Kings Point. I would not have had it any other way. Congratulations, 2022. We did it. Kappa Pi Sigma, thank you.
Thank you, Midshipman Marius. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the 18th Commandant of Midshipmen, Captain Mike Stroud.
I don't know what I'm going to say now after Marius. All right, he reminded me that, yes, you guys had a rough time, but I'll remind you the class of 19 said you guys would never get here after your plebe year, which is about what you said about 25, which now is all standing behind you there cheering you on. So the grind continues and we keep producing. So keep up the hard work. I challenged the leadership at the beginning of this year to try to get us back on track because we had spent 2 years, I don't know how to call, it's not quite phony, but it wasn't. We were all over the place. We were at home in basements. We were back here, but locked in our rooms. We were all over the place. What we didn't do is we didn't have any military burying going on. We didn't have any esprit de corps. We lost everything. And you guys had the challenge to bring it back, and you did. You succeeded. You did great. There's still some work to do. 23, they gave you the template that you have to use and carry forward, and I know you'll do a great job in picking up where 22 left us off. But I am proud of what you did as a class. You answered everything that was asked of you with a smile on your face and a sense of humor, even Marius's. But some of that leadership is different. I'm going to introduce Midshipman Nick, Second Lieutenant Nick. As he's coming up here, he's more of the quiet leader. And I found him in the plebe year when I was actually on the football field and we were all over at SUNY Maritime. And all of a sudden it looked like a gang fight was about to break out because here comes all of our plebes and there's all their little mugs and you guys are coming together in the end zone to find out that somehow Nick's got challenged to a dance-off. So that was the first SUNY victory you guys had as a class because he whooped their butts on the dance-off. And since then, he's been a leader as a class president. He's been a battalion commander. He's a leader on the basketball court. He's done a lot of things. And I really don't have a lot of funny stories to tell about him because he's that quiet guy that worked well in my department to make sure you all had the money. You didn't see a lot of the work that he did to make all those parties, to include June Ball and some other things, happen for you because he worked diligently and made sure that we stayed straight with our books. But he did all that at his own time and his own effort. So Isaiah, if you come on up here, I think you have some words you want to share with the class. Everybody, Isaiah Nix.
Morning, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity to speak in front of these amazing people. Thank you. Thank you, Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, Transcom Commander General Jacqueline Van Ovos, Go Air Force, and Maritime Administrator Rear Admiral Ann Phillips for coming today and speaking at a special ceremony. Thank you to Superintendent Vice Admiral Jack Bono for your leadership these 4 years. You went through the mud with us, and I'm grateful for that because you know what we went through. Thank you to Miss Lisa Donitz. I'm sure at every brunch you talk about me. And you tell everyone I'm your favorite class president. Thank you to the Alumni Foundation for your untiring support. You guys work hard for us to make sure we get the things we want to make this place seem a little bit better. Thank you to the faculty and staff. Shout out Coach Pryor. Had to give him that one. And of course, thank you to the families who support. It makes all of us possible. Today, I'm here to tell everyone how exceptional our class is. I can confidently say that the Maritime Ministry and the services that we're due to enter will feel our impact.
This was not just 4 years of schooling that came and went. This was 4 years of grind, determination, hard work, and things that include a roller coaster plebe year, countless hours of studying, classes, trainings, and then a C year with standing watch, getting soundings, being in the reg room, sweating your butt off, late nights, early call-outs, and everything in between. Every day we woke up and found that sweet ounce of motivation that said, I'm gonna keep going. And that's exactly what I did too when I got here. Day 0, I left my little brother and my mom, walked through those doors, and I started getting screamed at by people about 5 inches shorter than me. Bit of an ego check. I was like, all right, I got it. And then I'm like getting yelled at. They're like, why are you cussing? I'm like, what are you, all right, man, leave me alone. So then I get to the bathroom, finally, I'm like looking in the mirror, thinking about quitting, but then I looked at my peanut head, I'm like, God, I'm ugly. And then I said, you know what, I can't be ugly and a quitter, so I stuck it out. Our plebe year began with us already making history 2 weeks out of the gate. I'm looking at you, OG Tuco. Hey, but every leader makes their mistakes. We just chose to make them very, very, very early. We were told when we were plebes to show class unity. So when they said show up in STB musters, OG Third Co, you remember this, we showed up in shower gear, combo cover, and a nice little reflector belt. So here we go. This is a legend. That's how we started. And then we ended in the mud and the rain with an unforgettable recognition. I'll never forget that day. That's part of our journey. This is now a legendary moment for us, the beginning of a legacy that will cement us with many great classes that have passed through Kings Point. We will enter a challenging environment when leadership and experiences learned here will shine and persevere. The word that describes our class is relentless. We are the class that pulled KP out of the dark ages of COVID. We are the class that fought through C-year challenges such as delayed MMCs and a COVID-filled second sailing where we couldn't get off the boat. I know I'm going to Air Force, but A-split, you got a couple months to catch up to me in legit C days. Got that multiplier. Yeah. We fought through a lot of hard times together. I know license was tough. Engineers, I know you're shaking a little bit. That reduced bank wasn't looking so reduced. But we got through it. We fought through it as a class. I'm going to miss a couple things. I'm going to miss being in the loudest room possible and hearing Paul Anderson scream at the top of his lungs. I'll miss it. I'm going to miss Josh King wearing the tightest clothes possible just to flex on the entire regiment. I'm going to miss a week-long practice of parade just to march in front of about 5 people and have an illustrious alumni tell us how much AC units he sold and say, screw you guys, I'm not here. I'm very proud to be part of this class that incited many positive change. Shout out Mark Thompson, shout out Kimmy Palace. Yes, sir. I'm a firm believer in leadership being made through experiences that we make here ourselves. I'll never forget being a plebe in OG Third Co, scrubbing bathrooms, floors at 5:45 in the morning. Thank you, Commander Waller, for that experience. I love you to death, but you know you made me strong for that. We'll never forget those days where we had 7 classes, regimental period, and then you want to talk about your day, just go to dinner. It'll probably talk back to you. They say life gets a lot better after KP, and when I reflect on days like that, it makes a lot of sense. So class of 2025, keep on pushing. You got a long way to go. All right, being here has helped me learn that the mindset is over everything that's around you. At Kings Point, we all got here with the same background, kind of high GPA, a little bit of ego, but everything is left at the door, and what's left is character. I hope we all leave here today with the mentality that got us through this place. Never again will I want to experience those rough days, those tough trimesters, those daunting classes. But I feel like since we got through those classes, we can get through anything. We got through license, we can do anything. That effort that was put into the license, if we put into our leadership, our investments, our jobs, anything that we want to pursue, then we could do anything. The sky's the limit for our class. We did this, so I can confidently say we can do anything. I couldn't have gone through this place without you guys. And you know, there's a story, a tale that I didn't know this was the Service Academy when I got here. I'm here to tell in front of everybody that wasn't true. I'm going to put that this hush. But I think it's only right that I get to give a speech at graduation. Every milestone I have shared with you, I'll remember forever, from PKTs to Spirit Missions to a delayed recognition due to some Picasso-level artwork on Delano. We received an authentic KP experience our plebe year that made us viable for the task of keeping
certain traditions alive all the way up to our bell ringing. We really started from the bottom. Unfortunately, 2 of the 4 roommates I had here didn't make it to the yearbook. Don't worry, one of them just didn't show up for pictures, Mr. Senioritis, Connor Grover. Shout out to the football team for your historic season this year. You guys were rewarded by getting every single command position known to mankind at this school. You guys did a great job. At the end of the day, no matter what path we took in our 4 years, we're all here today and we share the same accomplishment as Kings Point graduates and leaders of the free world. Family, drive, persistence, that is who we are and that's who we will continue to be. We will be great, and I'm honored to be on that road with you as we walk out of Victory Gate having slayed the dragon. From top to bottom, every last one of us. Prior to each license exam, we tossed our coins into the fountain, in some case dollars, and in some case challenge coins. I even saw a ring in there. The fountain is seen as tradition as luck before entering finals. To continue the tradition, these coins are collected, and now it is time to present the coins to the class anchor. Class of 2022, your class anchor woman is Amelia Brown. They're on that side of the stage. Amelia Brown started with me in 3rd co, so she's an OG 3rd co right there. It's heavy, I know. I'll also now like to invite our legacy class member, class of 1972, Jim Burrell, for another special presentation for the class anchor woman. Thank you, sir. Mr. Burrell has a watch that belonged to Lee Bounds from the class of 1969, an anchorman himself. Lee wanted to pass along his watch when he died, and he wanted to do so with this message to the anchor woman that received it. Lee wanted to convey the recipient of this gift that no matter how you fare at USMMA, success from the day you step outside of the Victory Gate will always be guaranteed. Midshipman Amelia Brown, we hope you keep this watch safe and receive it in the spirit of, and maybe someday we'll pass it to another anchor. And we'd like to thank Lee Bounds for this gift from class of 1969 for this thoughtful gift. Thank you, Mr. Burrell, and thank you, Ms. Shimon, Amelia Brown. Take this. Okay. Now I'm going to introduce a KP legend whose name is going to be cemented in these walls for a really long time to come. First time he saw me, he looked at me and said, "Nix, you couldn't take the top off a Dairy Queen ice cream cone." And then when I'm walking with my man Blaine McDonough, Jack Booker, basketball team, he goes like, "You guys are like a pack of Twizzlers." And I'm like, gosh. And every day I see him, I say, "Coach Two, put me on the field." He's like, "No shot. No shot." He even told me during swim class, it's like, if I was drowning, I see you, and I'd die. I'd die. I couldn't say it. Anyways, I'd like to introduce Coach Mike Two from the great class of 1977.
All right. 7 speakers. Wow. Okay. You know, I'll go back to when you were plebes. As my guys will tell you, I can be slightly organized, and my wife and I started really having serious discussions on when I was going to punch out of here. And it was when you were third classman, I said, class of 2022 is legit. I said, I'll just look at my guys that are playing for me, but it's more than them. It's an extension of the entire class. And I said, you know, as I said after the Coast Guard game, I'm old school, and the warranty on old school expired about 10 years ago, so it's time for me to get out of here. That said, I'll be brief. First thing I want to do, and Nixie touched on it, I want to recognize the USMMA Alumni Association and Foundation. Without them, and I can speak very confidently, without them, there's no clubs, there's no athletics, you probably don't have the dance last night. They have one goal, it's all about the midshipmen and the academy and making your experience the best it can be. Right now, all you want to do is put as much distance between yourselves and this place, and I get it, been there, but stay connected with the Alumni Association. I will speak from experience. A number of classmates, 3 classmates that I know, stayed connected because you never know. The network for Kings Pointers is as good as you'll ever see. So stay connected. You might need it down the road. The one thing I will tell you is that all 22,000 Kings Pointers share the same thing. And to illustrate it, I'll go back about 20 years. I was a head coach down at Davidson College. My son was in 11th grade. My daughter was in 8th grade. So I came home late spring, got home for dinner, walked in the door, and my son was playing ball. And he goes, "Pop, I got a letter today, football recruiting letter." I said, "Okay, great." So he gives it to me. United States Coast Guard Academy. I crumpled it up, turned and threw it in the garbage. Go figure, right? My wife looks at me and she said, "Tooper, what'd you do that for?" She calls me a lot of things. It's a family show, so I'll stop there. But she said, "Tooper, what'd you do that?" So I looked at my son. I said, "Are you interested in Coast Guard?" He goes, "Well, maybe." And I looked at my wife and said, "Well, you can take him because I'm done kicking their butt." Turns out I wasn't. But when we sat down for dinner, my daughter looked at me. She said, "Dad, do you think that you're better than other people and college graduates that went to civilian schools because you went to an academy?" So I said, "No, it's got nothing at all to do about being better." I said, "What I will tell you, and what every Kings Pointer shares, is that when I sat where you did 45 years ago, I knew exactly who I was as a person. I knew exactly what I was capable of achieving when I walked through the gate. I knew the work ethic and the discipline that was instilled in me here would carry me throughout my career, regardless of the career I chose. When I fell on my face or I tripped up, I knew I'd get up and I'd persevere. So that's what you have. The other thing I said is that there are only 5 colleges in the United States that start with the words United States. And I will tell you from experience, when you walk in for an interview and they see that, it carries a little bit of weight. Once you get through the door, it's up to you. But it's something that carries you through. But the 4-year experience all 22,000 Kings Pointers share is, first of all, there isn't another college on the planet like us. No one shares the calendar we have, whether it was Jack and I sailing, doing sea years with quarters or trimesters. The amount of credits you take every semester, how you squeeze 3 years of school into 4, the stress that you go under for 4 years that was touched on by the valedictorian and Nixie, spot on. It's what this place is about. But when you get to the finish line where you are today, it's going to carry you through. I think the other thing that I certainly didn't have to overcome, and quite frankly, I would say it was the last 13 or 14 classes I've had to overcome, is the fact that the academy has been run more like a government agency and not a federal service academy. Well, now, with all due respect, sir, I thought your words were great, but the bottom line is all the money and all of that stuff is great, but if you've listened today, you know, take the handcuffs off and let us run the place the way it needs to be run. To give these people to give them the experience they really deserve. Because I've been here every day they have, and I've seen it over the last 13 to 14 years. Now, you're all going to step into leadership positions, and it's going to happen pretty quickly. The one thing I'm going to ask you to do is be a lot better than my generation. My generation's kind of botched things pretty good. I mean, all you have to do is look at, the media, the news, those types of things. When you have the opportunity to make a difference, step up, get off the sidelines, and make a difference. Whether you're in the industry or the military, as the Secretary alluded to, make things better for women. Make it better for them, right? Social injustices, social aspects are issues right now. Get involved when you have the opportunity. The one thing I learned over 17 years being back here at the Academy is that common sense isn't common in the federal government, unfortunately. And I'm not, it's just because it's about who's in power. Let's get away from that. Let's get back to having discussions. Let's get back to the word compromise. Let's get back to making this country better, because you people are taking a stick, and you'll have the opportunity to do that. So get it done. The other thing is, because you're going to be a leader, number one, never stop learning. I'm out of here in 41 days, and I will guarantee you that I've been learning every day of the way throughout my career, regardless of where I coached, regardless of when I was out at sea. Don't stop learning. But because you're in leadership positions, you'll basically turn into a teacher, where now you're going to start to impart your wisdom and your philosophy on people that'll be working with you and under you. And what I'm going to do is just read something that worked for me. One of my favorite authors is Pat Conroy, who in 1980 wrote a book, The Lords of Discipline. There's one passage, brief passage I'm going to read. So the humanities profs behind me, don't put me up for an honor board. It's on page 271. Okay? Like I said, I went here. All right. I developed the great teacher theory late in my freshman year. It was a cornerstone of the theory that great teachers had great personalities and that the greatest teachers had outrageous personalities. And I wanted my teachers to make me smart. A great teacher is my adversary, my conqueror, commissioned to chastise me. He tells me that teaching is the art of theft, knowing what to steal and from whom. Bad teachers do not touch me. The great ones never leave me. They ride with me during all my days, and I pass on to others what they have imparted to me. I exchange their handy gifts with strangers, and I pretend the gifts are mine. I steal from the great teachers, and the truly wonderful thing about them is that they would applaud my theft, laughed at the thought of it, and realize that they had taught me their larcenous skills well. You'll all find your own paths. You'll all find your own style. Good luck with that. The only advice I'm going to give you is find your passion. It may take a while, but somewhere down the road, find out what really excites you. Find out what makes you excited to get up in the morning and go to work. For me, I told people for the last 39 years, I didn't have a job. I was a coach. I loved it. I got to work with tremendous young individuals, and it made it great. Lastly, I'll go back to about 2016, the Middle States evaluation. Middle States is a committee comes up and they evaluate whether you should be accredited, which basically says whether your college is legit or not. I had the fortune to be on the main steering committee, so I was involved in a lot of the sessions. And the dean from West Point ran the evaluation board. And at one of the breakout sessions, he asked, I've heard a lot of negatives and this and that. Someone tell me what's positive about this place. So I didn't even hesitate. I said, that's pretty easy. He said, well, what is it? I said, we put out a tremendous product. Today, and you people are what this academy is all about. You're the product. Finally, remember, It's not the successes you have achieved that define you. It's the person you have become along the journey to your successes. For my guys, you'll be my guys forever. Anytime, anywhere you need something, you know how to get a hold of me. That said, I'll see all of you and your families tomorrow at my house, and we'll do this thing right. Class of 2022, congratulations. Thank you for the privilege. As I was here with you every day, I can state that it was an honor to work with many of you and address you today. Get after it, stay on it. I'm out, and shortly, so are you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Toop. We wish you fair winds and following seas as you retire next month. We will now present the service medley for those currently serving on active duty or in the reserves, as well as those who have worn the cloth of our nation in the military or merchant marine. We invite you to rise when your service song is played. Viewers at home, we invite you too to join us in standing for your service anthem as well.
As has become our graduation custom, we are recognizing two of our outstanding members of the faculty today. The Vice Admiral Joseph Stewart Award for Superior Leadership is awarded annually to the faculty member who demonstrates a sustained commitment to Kings Point through passion for teaching and learning, outstanding mentoring, academic advising or career counseling, and commitment to the holistic development of our midshipmen. The award aims to demonstrate the valued role such assistance plays in helping our students reach their academic and professional goals. The award is presented in the memory of our 9th superintendent who served from 1998 to 2008. This year's winner is Coach Mike Tuke. The Captain James Harvey Tomb Award for Superior Service is awarded annually to a faculty or staff member early in her or his academic career on campus, who demonstrates outstanding potential as an educator and significant contributions to the Kings Point learning experience. The recipient has gone above and beyond in dedicated service and has significantly enhanced the quality of the education program at the Academy. This award is named for the Academy's first superintendent, a maritime administrator and educator who oversaw the physical construction of our Academy in 1942. This year's winner, Dr. Michael Rowenbach. Today we are also recognizing our newest Merchant Marine Academy Master of Science in Marine Engineering recipients. This distance learning master's degree program, which began in 2006, recognizes that continuing education, or as we call it here, lifelong learning, is vital to keeping maritime and military professionals both afloat and ashore, prepared to face the critical challenges of their profession, and that advanced marine engineering education is an important factor in ensuring the competitiveness of our nation's maritime industry. The master's program graduated its first 8 degree recipients back in 2009, and currently Captain Tony Nigro serves as the director of this 36 credit hour program. I would like to ask our master's candidates to approach the dais. Today's degree recipients are Jacob Ernest Rohan. Mark Lim Bolak-Lak. Connor B. McGowan. Andrew Mark Ricketts. Bo Tom. I would now like to take just a moment to recognize our graduating international student from Panama, Andres Alexander Lu Aon. Please stand. Please join me in a round of applause for this outstanding graduate. Will all marine transportation majors please rise? Will all marine logistics and security majors please rise? Will all marine engineering majors please rise? Will all marine engineering and shipyard management majors please rise? Will all marine engineering systems majors please rise? Vice Admiral Buono, on behalf of the faculty, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2022 have completed the prescribed curriculum and are therefore fully qualified to be awarded the degree of Bachelor of Science.
As Superintendent of the United States Merchant Marine Academy and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States, I confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining.
Please remain standing. Captain Zita Merchant, Commander, U.S. Coast Guard Sector New York, will now administer the United States Coast Guard Merchant Marine License Oath.
All right, congratulations. I will read the oath, and at its conclusion, I will ask for your response. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully and honestly, according to the best skills and judgment, and without concealment and reservation, perform all the duties required of me by the law of the United States. I will faithfully and honestly carry out the lawful orders of my superior officers aboard the vessel. If you agree, please state, I will. I will. All right, congratulations and welcome to the Merchant Marines.
Thank you, Captain Merchant. General Van Ovos, Commander of U.S. Transportation Command, will now administer the United States Uniformed Services Oath of Office.
Class of 22, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, officers.
Thank you, General Van Ovost. Please take your seats.
Will those students graduating summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude please rise? Anders Berg Marius, summa cum laude. Patrick William Mishler, summa cum laude. Samuel David Gregg, summa cum laude, Kings Point Scholar. Seiler Lawrence Douglas, summa cum laude. Andrew Thomas Nolan, summa cum laude. David Scott Kelly II, summa cum laude. Ryan Thomas Pletcher, summa cum laude. Joshua Jeffrey Gardner, magna cum laude. John Caleb Gutlein, magna cum laude. Braden Michael O'Connell, magna cum laude. Blaine Wilson McDonough, magna cum laude. Matthew Ryan Nowakowski, magna cum laude. Liam Jacob Pickett, magna cum laude. Caleb Paul Degler, magna cum laude. Jason Joseph Aiello, magna cum laude. Aaron Kelly Roberts, magna cum laude. Joshua Anthony King, magna cum laude. Sean Patrick McGarity, magna cum laude. William Albert Sims IV, magna cum laude. Tyler Zachary Pittman, magna cum laude. Joseph Angelo Perino, magna cum laude. Justin Thomas Hoffman, magna cum laude. Anna Marie Grafton, cum laude. Zachary Thomas Heller, cum laude. Charles John Rory Wheat, cum laude. Anthony James Apodaca, cum laude. Tristan Barrett Garner, cum laude. Ethan Joseph Brady, cum laude. Christopher Joseph Mars, cum laude. Ian MacArthur Russo, cum laude. Jared James Johnson, cum laude. Beniah Luke Everhard, cum laude. Chance Nicholas Keegan, cum laude. Andres Alexander Lueon, cum laude, from Panama. William Ryan McGuire, cum laude. David Matthew Kozad, cum laude. Jacob Arthur Paul, cum laude. Ian Patrick Alexander Blankenship, cum laude. Austin Mitchell Jerome, cum laude. George Sanborn DeFilippo, cum laude. David William Roper, cum laude. Andrew John Fabiano, cum laude. Michael Leroy O'Donnell, cum laude, Kings Point Scholar. Alexander Matthew Schlegel, cum laude. Alec Gray Kiernan, cum laude. Emily Grace Aby. Clarice Elizabeth Adams. Carmen May Adamson. Garrett Edward Eichley. James William Aird. Paul Riley Anderson. Nicholas Susumo Orima. Jack Logan Bailey II. Kathleen Diana Bass. Benjamin Drake Bassett. Kara Ann Beebe. Rachel Marie Besswinger. John Michael Bibeau. Anne Elizabeth Bladow, Kings Point Scholar. Cole Matthew Blake. Evan Richard Boaz. Alex Mitchell Boschma. Shelby K. Bowman. Catherine Marie Brewer. Dakota Santiago Brasino. Amelia Ross Brown. Jack McCarthy Brown. Jessica Michelle Buchanan. John Patrick Booker. Tyler Scott Butler. Xavier Michael Carbarano. Liam Stephen Cashmore. John Anthony Cipolla. Jack Minor Colmer. Logan Kenneth Cook. Grant Kincaid Korb. Zachary Maxwell Coots. Kevin William Cruz. Julia Jasmine Dalkey. Patrick James Darmody. Eric Allen Davidson Jr. Helen Ray Davis. Anthony Joseph DeJulius. Michael Joseph de la Dernier. Jack Leo Demoreski. David Robert DiMajour. Charles Butler Demetz Jr. Elizabeth Grant Beatty Diaz. Gunnar Mason Dixon. Carissa Grace Ernest. Abram Tor Airhorn. Caroline Kiana Elliott. Dominic Michael Esposito. Blake Thomas Fisher. Michael Alfred Flores. Preston Lafayette Ford, Kings Point Scholar. Brianna Lee Frank. Sean J. Gaffney. Justin Patrick Gagnon. Catherine Grace Gall. Luke Edward Gautier. Taylor Nicole Gilbertson. Liam Joseph Gilhooly. Matthew Asher Golday. Veronica Jane Grabiak. Elias Hilaire Gray. Matthew Kevin Groom. Patrick Connor Grover. Lane Howard Hagstrom. John Hunter Haley. Spencer G. Hamilton. Thomas Min Hang. Brennan Shane Hare. Elizabeth Michelle Harris. Olivia Grace Harris. Zachary James Hausbrook. Quinton Arthur Peck. Molly Claire Hecker. Kyle Zachary Helmondot. Noah Samuel Herndon. Ren F. Hester. Hope Marie Hicks. Ida Lucy Eisenhart. John Charles Jansen III. Ethan James Ervada. Keaton Ledoux Jennings. Cheyenne Elizabeth Jimerson. Lucas Stell Jordan. Brooke Marie Jorstad. Matthew Kabza. James Andrew Khalil. Malcolm Kilgore Keith. Robin May King. Raven Marie Kirsch. Ji-Ho Kwok. Sarah Hope Laird. Jonathan Yojun Lee. James Gabriel Lafore. Carson Michael Lucas. Alexa Christine Lumpkin. John Christopher Lynch. Connor Douglas Meyer. Cliff Thomason Manning, Jr. Joseph Patrick Mannion. Daniel Ryan Mansfeld. Andrew Walker Maraska. Lyndon Chase Massey. Nathan Emmanuel Matthews. Benjamin Stetson Matthews. Mitchell Hunter Matthews. Gregory Michael Matea. Michael Stephen Mays. Micah Peter McEnany. Malachi McCann. Brian Patrick McGovern. Cash Patrick McKay. Rachel Lee McKenzie. Joseph Edward McLaughlin. Matthew Constantine McTeague. Michael McGregor Melton. Aiden Robert Meyer. Elizabeth Kate Miller. Matthew Barrett Mizell. Daniel Ryan Murphy. Kyle Gregory Nelson. Jackson Paul Newsom. Isaiah Maurice Nix. Ryan David Nolan. Vincent Paul Nowak. Kimberly Shea Pallas. Matthew Thomas Palmer. Chase Joseph Pennell. Andrew James Pacino. Lucas Scott Paragoy. Brittany Tamani Pizon. Arturo Joseph Poznansky. Alex Dominic Julio. Mackenzie Kayla Ralston. Colton Whitman Ramsey. Blake McKinley Randall. Madison Page Reddick. Eli Kendall Reese. Milton Jack Reppa. William Arthur Roberts. Taryn Kristen Robleo Thompson. Sean Patrick Rojas. Kenneth Stephen Rosol. Cameron Hayes Rothley. John Rufus Ruark. Mackenzie Jenna Marie Rush. Christopher John Scanlon. Andrew Cook Shearer. Allison Taylor Schiefer. Madison Riley Schmidt. Nathaniel Alexander Schmidt. Brennan James Shute. Maxwell Lee Sims. Zachary Leonson Scove. Tyler William Sloman. Gavin Patrick Smith. George Richard Smith. Kirsten Ann Schneider. Shannon Glory Schneider. Jack Trevor Stansel. William Brett Starr. Sierra Ruth Steffen. Matthew David Strong. Joseph Michael Stuckert. Luke Esty Sturts. Anthony Patrick Suarez. Catherine Faith Sweeney. Hannah Elizabeth Taylor. Mark Anthony Thompson. William Landry Todd. Patrick Robert Tolati. Owen Robert Trent. Alexi Charles Vancouvering. Juliette Marie Bendel. Christoph Istvan Bitok. John Marshall Williams. Leon LeRae Wilson, Jr. Jessie Elizabeth Warner. Shay Kernan Wood. Amanda Marie Yam. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to the great class of 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to conclude today's graduation ceremony. Immediately following the traditional tossing of the graduate's cover, the campus will be open for you to enjoy. We want to thank you for coming today, and on behalf of the official party, we would like to wish you all well as you celebrate this momentous occasion. Now, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the Academy's alma mater, and remain standing for the benediction offered by Chaplain Baudet.
Congratulations, class of 22. Let us pray. Go out and enjoy as you celebrate your achievements here today. Go out with confidence, know that God will love and lead your way. Go out in unity, take your gifts and give them to the world. Go out with strength, clothed and equipped with all you've learned. Go out with wisdom as God renews your mind each day. Go out in love with kindness and blessings to give away. Go out and take your studies to bless this beautiful world. Go out with freedom. There's so much more to see, enjoy, and learn. Lord, I pray you would surround us and protect us. I pray our future would be full of hope and excitement. I pray your goodness would follow us and your blessings upon us would be too numerous to count or fathom. May your glory rest upon us. And as it is written in the book of Numbers, may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. All this I pray in your mighty name. Amen.
Please be seated. Midshipman, second class, Carter Hall, class of 2023, and first rotation, regimental executive officer. Please step forward.
Class of 2022. On behalf of the classes of 2023, 2024, and 2025, we would like to congratulate you on your licensing, your commissioning, and your graduation. We will miss you, but as you leave, know that you have left the regiment in capable hands, and we will work hard to carry on the traditions and all the hard work that you have done here. Remaining classes, please stand and join me in 3 cheers for those about to depart. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Thank you, class of 2022.
Ensign King will now dismiss the class.
Class of 2022, you know what time it is. Stand up, grab your covers. Please join me in 3 cheers for those we leave behind. Covers on. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip.
Thank you again for being online for the class of 2022 ceremony, commencement ceremony at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy from Kings Point, New York. We want to thank the sponsors who made this possible: American Maritime Officers, Council of American Master Mariners, Marine Engineers Beneficial Association, Master Mates and Pilots, Patriot Contract Services. For Maritime TV from Kings Point, New York, and the commencement ceremony for the class of 2022, I'm Dave Gardy. Thanks for joining us.